The question here is asking for the equation for the hyperbola, and the center is at 3, 5, the focus is at -1, 5, and the vertex is at 2, 5. The first thing we need to do to get the right equation for the hyperbola described is to write out the equation for a hyperbola. Now that we have the equation of a hyperbola written out, we need to decide whether the hyperbola is going left or right, or up or down. Since the focus and the vertex both have different x-coordinates than the center, we know that it is moving left or right along the x-axis. So the equation that gives us a hyperbola that is moving left or right is this top one right here, so we know that this is the one that we're going to need. Next, let's identify our h and k values, and we know that our h and k values will be the values that are the center, so h and k is equivalent to 3, 5. Now let's go ahead and plug in the h and k values for the proper equation for the hyperbola. Let's go ahead and begin eliminating answers that don't have h as 3 and k as 5. So A does have h as 3 and k as 5, so we do not eliminate A. Answer choice B has 5 as h and 3 as k, so we know that is incorrect. Answer choice C does have 3 as h and 5 as k. And answer choice D also has 5 as the h value and 3 as a k value, so we know that one is wrong as well. Now we need to find the values for a squared and b squared. In order to solve for a squared, we must remember that h plus or minus a will give us the vertex. So let's go ahead and subtract the vertex from the center point, and that will give us 1. And then if we square 1, it will equal 1. So a squared equals 1. Now we can solve for the distance between the focus points. The distance from the focus point to the center is going to be h plus or minus the square root of a squared plus b squared. By plugging in 1, we know that the square root is going to be 1 squared plus b squared, and we know that's going to equal the difference between the focus and the center point. The difference between the focus and the center point is going to be 3 minus -1, which will equal 4. So now that we have our equation, the square root of 1 squared plus b squared equals 4, we can square both sides to get rid of the square root, giving us 1 plus b squared equals 16. If we subtract 1 from both sides, we will have b squared equals 15. So now that we have a squared and now that we have b squared, let's go ahead and rewrite the equation one last time so we can find the correct answer. The correct equation for this hyperbola will be x minus 3 squared over 1 minus y minus 5 squared over 15 equals 1. Let's see if we can find that equation in our answer choices. So answer choice A did have the correct h and k values, but it has 15 under the x value and 1 under the y value. So that is incorrect. Answer choice C has 3 as the h value, has 5 as the k value, and those are both correct. It has 15 under the y, and it has 1 under the x. So answer choice C is the correct answer.